ClickDimensions intelligent dashboards are out of the box reports that are built specifically for things that marketing wants to see. So, what we've done is we've taken the data from your CRM, from your ClickDimensions application, and from what we call instant connects. So, things like Google Analytics, Google AdWords, Microsoft Advertising, paid social ads, Search Console, things like that. And we've put it into these pre-built out of the box dashboards. So we went out to the market and we determined what do marketers want to see in their reports. From that, we've come up with over 150 different KPIs with over 200 different visualizations and put them into dashboards. Now, these will all be branded to you right there in your CRM environment with the rest of your marketing activity, which is great. But you can see kind of how they're broken down into these different categories. So, for example, if I'm interested in, my goals are I want to generate as many leads as possible and I want to see which of those leads are converting to opportunities. We have that kind of dashboard. If you work contacts to ops, no worries. We also have that dashboard as well. But for example, you can come into this dashboard. Now, across the top of these dashboards will be all of your different filter options. This will change per dashboard. One that will consistently remain, though, is what date range are you looking for? So you'll be able to see what range you want to look at. You can also compare it against that previous period. So if I'm doing week over week, month over month, quarter over quarter, and then the trend range is just going to automatically calculate to the last 6 time periods. So last 6 weeks, last 6 months, things like that. But I could break this down by campaigns. So maybe I'm running a new ad campaign and I want to see how many leads we're generating here. Great. If you work with different products, countries, business units, those are also filter options in this particular dashboard. But you'll be able to see all of the KPIs here. Now remember, these KPIs are already preset. They're out of the box. So you don't have to determine what you would want to pull. These are already in here. And then it'll give you the value, which is what I'm looking at during this time period. The variation is how it's comparing against the previous time period. And then this is that trend range that looks over the last 6 time periods. So I'll be able to see how many leads I've created, how many are still open, qualified, disqualified. Of these leads, what have I turned into opportunities? What kind of revenue have we won, lost? What's our win rate looking like? How is that comparing against a previous time range? So it's really nice because these metrics are already pulled for you. All you have to do is come in here and change your different filter options and it'll automatically adjust. Now, if you're ever confused on what a KPI is, there's a cute little cheat sheet here that gives you, what it is, why it's important. It's a really great reference there, but these are great because you can start to see how your marketing is performing. Now, as marketers, we probably want to set goals. So maybe I'm like, hey, I'm running this campaign and I'd really love to get my leads created up. So what I can do is I can define goals. So I can say, okay, we're at 141. Maybe I'd really like to be at 300 leads and I want that to be done before the end of the month. Great. So I can start to set intentions for my campaigns as well. And then it'll give me a nice little history that'll show me, when I'm setting goals, how that's working. But it also allows me to collaborate with people as well. So maybe I just set this crazy goal of 300 new leads for the end of the month, and I want to let someone know, Ashley just set this goal. This is my plan to get here. And I can even attach documents and PDFs and things like that. So maybe I put together a new Google Ads strategy of how I'm going to get all these great new leads, and I just want to attach it there for reference. But it's nice because once again, we're keeping documentation of that in this little calendar trend range view. That way I can always reference when I'm setting those goals, any communications back and forth between people, things like that. Now, then this person would get a notification that could be either by email, in-app push messages, or even text, I believe, as well, which is really nice so they can be notified when they're getting these goals. So these are all great, but the best part about these dashboards is anyone in your organization can have access to them if you would like them to, but also you can export them. So I can export them as a PDF, which would just export exactly how you see it here as a PDF. PowerPoint, or a link as well. So PowerPoint is my own personal favorite. So if I do, export this as a PowerPoint, I could do this as a one-time export, or I could set it up as a reoccurring export. So hey, this is a dashboard that Ashley wants to see at the end of every month or at the end of every week, something like that. But you'll be able to export that out. It'll send you a nice, email, and then you'll be able to open up that exported document. Like I said, PowerPoint is my favorite. Once again, these things will be branded to you as well. So that way it'll be your preset branding. So don't worry, you won't get our fake Troximo branding. You'll be able to set your own templates, and it really just exports all of these dashboards into a PowerPoint presentation. Now, from here, you can come in and pick and choose, like, hey, I don't really need that dashboard or that PowerPoint slide. This one looks nice, but I think the description is pretty self explanatory. So maybe I want to delete out the description to make more room for this chart. But it's really nice because people spend a lot of time creating PowerPoints on their marketing KPIs for other people to see. And this just takes all of that legwork and guesswork out of it. These are automatically being created for you. You're not having to go create new charts. And then you can quickly and easily share this with your executive team or the board or whoever really cares about these statistics. I know our personal marketing team, for example, used to spend about, 1.5 to 2 business days every single month just pulling reports and dashboards. And now this is exported automatically on a reoccurring basis. Now, I mentioned that there are more KPI or more visualizations than KPIs. So here you'll see, kind of these great general reports, but then we do have more visualizations as well. Everyone loves a good funnel. It's very visual for someone to say, hey, this is how many leads down to one opportunities, for example, or this is how many leads we're generating over a period of time. Just much more visual for people who may not be looking at these statistics day in and day out. Now, there are a lot of different dashboards here. We won't have time to go through all of them today, but a couple of other, ones that people really love are being able to look at their Google Analytics. Most companies use Google Analytics, and it's a lot of noise when you log in to take a look at the reporting. Now, we're not reinventing the wheel here. We're simply just taking our instant connect with Google Analytics, pulling that data in, and then giving you these out of the box dashboards that are in the same visualization and format that all of your other marketing reports are going to be in. So it just creates a really nice consistency. So once again, different filter options here. So if I'm looking at different sources, different Google campaigns, and I'll be able to see my visits to the website, average time on website, number of page views, what that looks like over a period of time. What are my visitor types? So new visitor, reoccurring visitor. It's a really nice way to just very quickly and visually see what's going on through your Google Analytics. But once again, you're not having to create your own reports and dashboards. Now, as I mentioned, this does go through a lot of different areas of your marketing, your sales funnels, your campaign automations, your email statistics. So if you're wanting to get deeper, more granular, visualization into how your marketing's performing, but maybe you're not sure of the KPIs you should be looking at, or maybe you don't have the time to go in and pull in a bunch of advanced finds in order to, pull week over week, month over month reports on these things. These intelligent dashboards are a really great way to be able to see this out of the box, and it's updating for you as well. If you want to learn more about intelligent dashboards, reach out. We'd love to dive into all of these different dashboards and what's important to you.